Hey yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy X coming at y'all with a brand new video, and in this video we are going to be talking about limited this weekend and the best cards that you guys can go ahead and use in your lineups to go ahead and get your ring. So if you guys are excited, make sure you guys smash the like button down below, as well as comment if you guys are somebody who has already gone through and got your ring, or just sees a card that you have been using or really like for this that I did not mention in this video. Let me know it down in the comment section below. That way other people can come through and maybe that'll help them out. So I would really appreciate if you could do that. Also, subscribe if you guys are new. We are very close to hitting 9K subscribers. I'm hoping to do that by the end of April. So please, if you are new, hit that subscribe button. It would really mean a lot to me. So this weekend actually has some pretty cool rules in Limited. So if we look at it right here, we have Glitched Reality Week 5. Game conditions. You may use 1 Dark Matter through Diamond player, 1 Pink Diamond through Diamond player. All other players must be Ruby or lower. No free agent and no heat check cards are allowed. Now, if I'm being honest, this was actually a really fun weekend to do. It was really cool. I love being able to use a lot of budget rubies and stuff like that. So for a lot of you guys that maybe hated all those weird ones that we've been having the last few weeks, I think this is more of a normal, real kind of vibe for Limited. So it's pretty cool and it's actually really fun. So the lineup that I was running personally right here is I had Felipe Lopez, Kevin Porter Jr. at the 1 and 2. I had my beautiful Galaxy of Rudy Gay, who is one of my favorite cards in the game right now. I absolutely love this card, and the card art is just gorgeous. Thaddeus Young here at the power forward, and then I had Pink Diamond Jaren Jackson Jr. And then we had RJ Hampton just because he's taller, if we wanted to bring him in. George Garvin because he's just a really nice Ruby. Brian Russell just because he's a great defender, can shoot the 3 a little bit. Jonathan Isaac because he's tall and everybody's running some taller dudes here. And then Mo Bamba for that duo. So I wanted to actually give a little bit more structure to this, I guess, series where we talk about the best limited cards every weekend. So I've gone ahead and basically picked 2 Ruby point guards, 2 Ruby shooting guards, and then like 4 small forward power forwards. So you kind of can pick and choose whoever you want. So, you know, and then we have 2 centers. That way you guys can basically make, starters and a bench with this entire complete lineup and then pick and choose where you're going to have everybody. So my first PG recommendation is going to be Felipe Lopez. He is always going to be on the PG recommendation for me every single weekend for Limited because Felipe Lopez is a great jumper. He's basically Dark Matter JR, but the budget version of that, because he's got jump shot 49, he's got the Curry slide, and he's 6'5", so 1 inch shorter than JR. Not too bad. He's a good midi, a good 3-point shot, a great driving dunk. He can speed boost, which is amazing. The defense is pretty solid. I would like a higher interior, but he's a Ruby, so I get it. He has good speed, and we have 44 really great gold badges that really cover everything that you would need out of a Ruby card. Clamps, Intimidator even, which is huge. I actually probably would have lost a few games if it weren't for Felipe Lopez having Intimidator yesterday in gameplays. So, absolutely love that. Posterizer, we have Circus 3s and Deep 3s, Downhill, Quick First Step, all of that wonderful stuff. So, really great. It's just a card that I love using. I think Felipe Lopez is great. He's one of those amazing budget cards. The Quantum set in general is great. So, Felipe Lopez is amazing. The other PG that I recommend is one that I personally do not have right now, and it is, I'm forgetting what set he's from, Isaac Bonga. Now, the reason I'm recommending Isaac Bonga versus some other ones, also, ooh, is that a Kobe shooting shoe? No, it is a Kobe speed shoe, isn't it? Oh, that's lame. Is Isaac Bonga because he is a 6'8" point guard. Now, there is a lot, and I mean a lot, of taller PGs running around the streets, so you're going to have to be aware of it, and I think Isaac Bonga, if you're not going to run a taller guy to play your PG or to guard the PG, Isaac Bonga is your man. 6'8", he's going to work. You don't want to get caught with a Simmons or even a Justice Winslow like I was trying out yesterday. Check out the game link in the description down below for that gameplay. You're going to want somebody like Bonga to guard it. Plus, Bonga has a jumper that I personally like. I know some don't, but I really like it. 86 midi, 85 3-point shot. His dunking is actually super solid. He can play make well, and the defense is where it shines. 80 interior, 90 perimeter, and 89 still. He can rebound, and he's super quick. And we have 68 gold badges, all of which are pretty good. We are, though, missing deep 3s, which I would love to have on Bonga, but you could add it if you wanted to. I don't recommend it. I mean, you're going to have some cheesier cards in your lineup, so who knows. But Isaac Bonga still is a PG that you could run and have a lot of fun with, just being able to not guard Ben Simmons, but like contain Ben Simmons. Because let's be honest, there's really not a single card in the game that's going to absolutely lock down that dark matter Ben Simmons. You're just going to be able to play slightly better defense to hold him to, 40 points instead of 60. That's kind of just how it's going to go. Now, when it comes to guys at the shooting guard position, my first recommendation is Kevin Porter Jr. because he's basically J.R. Smith, but a little bit rubier, I guess we'll call him. Kevin Porter Jr. has jump shot 49 on the Curry side as well. So you have a point guard and a shooting guard actually that both have the same jumper and basically same dribbling animations, which I think is absolutely huge. And Kevin Porter Jr., 6'6", so he's got some good height just in case you run into maybe a 7-footer in Kevin Durant 2 guard. Wouldn't it be great? But Kevin Porter Jr. is just a great shooter, 90 mid-range, 93-point shot. He's got a great 90 driving dunk. His playmaking is great, and he's got some pretty good defense aside from the interior, and he's super cheesy, super quick. I just really love this Kevin Porter Jr. card because he feels like one of those rubies that could really take over a game for you if they're locking up some of your other guys. Maybe my Rudy Gage is getting locked up. Kevin Porter Jr. can just slide right in and absolutely take over your game, which I really, really love. Plus circuit threes and deep threes. You love to see it. He had clamps, downhill, quick first step, all that stuff. Kevin Porter Jr., one of my favorite rubies in the game and still one of the best in the game right now. Absolutely love him. Now at the 3 spot for our 4 power forward, small forwards that I'm going to be recommending. The first one is going to be Thaddeus Young. If you are running this limited weekend and you do not have Thaddeus Young on your lineup, why? What are you doing? Thaddeus Young is a 6'8" power forward, small forward with jump shot 98, or the Dwayne Wade base, on quick with the Kirby slide. Then he has all-around really good post game, a 90 midi, an 88 three-point shot, 80 standing, 90 driving dunk. He can speed boost. He has all-around amazing defense, 85 block, 85 perimeter, 85 interior, 84 steal, really good rebounding, super nice speed. Then has 1 Hall of Fame badge in Fearless Finisher and 48 total gold badges to just cap everything off. And he's a great defender, a great finisher, an amazing shooter because you'll see blinders and deep threes. So on next gen, he's a demon. But in general, if you do not have Ruby Thaddeus Young on your lineup this weekend in Limited, you are not playing Limited correctly. Thaddeus Young is an absolute beast, and in my opinion, I'd say Thaddeus Young is probably the best Ruby that we have in the game. He's seriously that good. And then we have Jonathan Isaac, who I absolutely love because he is 6'11" and is going to be just that amazing defender. Now, normally, I wouldn't be recommending Jonathan Isaac, but again, we're having a lot of Ben Simmonses, Kyle Kuzmas, Rudy Gays running around, even a Bull. You need somebody who's tall at that smaller forward, power forward position to really play defense on a lot of those guys, because let's be honest, if you see them, you need to have a response for them or they are going to absolutely piece you apart, and you don't want that. I don't want that for you. I want you to be able to play some defense, have fun, win games. Jonathan Isaac will help you do that. 6'11", with that dynamic duo with Mohamed Bamba, which if you are going to use Isaac or going to use Bamba, throw the other one on there. The dynamic duo is amazing. You get an 88 three-point shot on Jonathan Isaac with the 82 midi. We have an 85 driving dunk, a good free throw. We can't speed boost, but this is the big thing. 85 interior, 85 perimeter, 84 steal, and a 90 block with 90s in both rebounding, and he still has good speed. Now, we don't have the most gold badges, but we have most of the defensive ones that we need, which is great. Jonathan Isaac is kind of meant to be only a wide open finisher, a open catch and shoot shooter, but an amazing all-around defender. So make sure you plan your gameplay around that, but he still is one of my favorite rubies in the game, and he's super, super fun, and I recommend everybody to use him. Now, the other two that I'm going to show you, one of them I will not be able to, show you the one that I have on my lineup because, well, I've already evoed him up, but he is in the Idol series right here, and it is Kyle Anderson. I will find one in the auction now so we can just find a quick little Ruby one. Now, Kyle Anderson, the reason I love this card is because he's a 6'9" power forward, small forward with the Brook Lopez base, which is one of my favorites and one of the best in the game. If you've used Bol recently, it's that same jumper, so, and they have the same timing because I think, they're above 6'10", so that's slightly different timing. But you can see with Kyle Anderson, he's another one of those all-around kind of guys. Good midi, good three-point shot. I love the dunking. He can speed boost. A good block, steal, perimeter, and interior defense. This is where he shines. The defense is just godly. And I've been really focusing on defense for a lot of these limited cards, as you guys can see, because, well, let's be honest. If somebody is running a Bol at the power forward and you don't have a response for that, it's going to be a tough time. So having somebody like Kyle Anderson who can still play some pretty good defense and contain those cards, it's not bad. Good rebounding, really good speed, and then we have 43 gold badges, all of which are actually super solid and super nice. Clamps, Intimidator, Post Rise, Rebound Chaser, all of which are amazing. The thing that's a little bit tough is the fact that Kyle Anderson unlocks a next level of cheese. When you evo him up, he gets deep threes and Hall of Fame clamps, but still his Ruby is super nice, super solid, and going to be a pretty fun card. Now, if you're looking for something, I guess, a little bit spicier, we'll say, I think it's in the Flash set, if I'm not mistaken. I'm probably mistaken, but we'll find it. Oh, I wasn't. It's Juan Hernan Gomez, who is a card that actually is not very common, but some of you guys probably will have them from when he came out during one of those. I think it was one of those sets where you can, get him in triple threat online and lock him in for, a set. So a lot of you guys probably have him. But Hernan Gomez is actually a pretty solid card because, again, we are at that 6'7" frame, which, I said 6'7", 6'9" frame. Apparently I cannot read today. But he's got a nice ray on the jump shot base on quick, which is going to be amazing. And we have some pretty solid post game with an 88 mid range and a 93 point shot. 80 standing and driving dunk, but he has no badges in finishing, so beware of that. He can speed boost, and he's got some pretty solid all-around defense for a Ruby, good rebounding, and pretty good speed. And then 36 gold badges, all of which are super nice. But Hernan Gomez is basically a 3-and-D power forward, small forward, if you're looking at it. Circus threes, deep threes, all that sort of stuff. He has a few playmaking badges, but most are in defense and in shooting, so beware of that. Pretty good defender, really good shooter at the Ruby, so it's going to be pretty nice and pretty fun to use him. And then when it comes to centers, I have 2 Ruby recommendations, one being Mohamed Bamba. You kind of already expected this. Every single person that is going to tell you a Ruby center that you should use is going to have Mo Bamba on that list. 7 foot, and the duo with Jonathan Isaac is amazing. Not the biggest of a post guy, to be honest. I don't recommend you bring Mo Bamba in the post at all, but 84 midi, 86 3-point shot. Then we have a 90 standing dunk, which is super solid. 75 is pretty good. And then we have a 97 block with the duo, 82 steal, 78 perimeter, and a 92 interior. Really good rebounding and great speed. The one thing that's super tough for Mo Bamba, and you should be aware of if I show you guys really quick, his strength is only a 60. Beware of that. When people take you in the post with Mo Bamba, you are going to get drop steps. You have to make sure you focus on timing those blocks or just timing good contests in general, because they can just throw you around like a little baby. It's terrible, man. But 30 gold badges, which make him a pretty solid defender. If you're not going against somebody post cheesing a lot, he's a great inside threat. He can shoot the 3-ball really, really well. He's a great rebounder, and he's a super long wingspan to make him really nice, really cheesy, and just really fun to use in general. So Mo Bamba is absolutely great. And the last one that I will be recommending, I do have on the lineup because he's a free card, and it is Wendell Carter Jr., because Wendell Carter Jr. is actually kind of insane. 6'10", he is a free card that you get from leveling up just throughout the XP journey that you will be taking. And he has jump shot 62 on quick, which is the same jumper as Lionel Simmons and Jeremy Grant, which is awesome. Then the post game, actually kind of insane. He's better at post hooking than he is at like running to the paint and taking a layup, which is kind of weird. But 94 midi, 85 3-point shot as well. He's a great standing dunk, a good free throw, an 83 ball handle. We have a 92 block and an 88 interior defense, and you'll see in the badges, Wendell is no slouch on defense. Great rebounding and pretty good speed. Then we have 1 Hall of Fame badge in Dream Shake, and look at the 37 gold badges to cover up everything. Most of the badges will be in finishing and in defense, but we do have a few shooting ones like catch and shoot and corner and things like that, which is pretty nice to be pretty fun. Wendell is not going to be one of those super cheesy, super insane centers, but he's just going to be one of those amazing all-around Ruby centers that's going to be really fun to use. So now when it comes to, we know the cards that we can run now, but how are we going to set up our lineup to really kill it? So pick up 5 of the ones that you're probably not going to be using in your starting lineup and throw them on the bench. For me, that's RJ Hampton, Gervin, Russell, Isaac, and Bamba. So those are on my bench. But I'm going to pick my 3 favorite Rubies, and I'm going to throw them up in the lineup. For me, that's Felipe Lopez, Kevin Porter Jr., and for everybody, it's Thaddeus Young. Then I'm going to pick one of my super high-rated cards, either, your opal or your pink diamond, because I think you can go, what is it? It says dark matter through diamond and then pink diamond to diamond, so you can have 1 pink diamond and 1 opal or dark matter, so I would do that. For sure, always use what they give you. Now for me, it means I'm going to put a card between the 1 through 3 that is super cheesy and can play basically every single position, and I recommend you guys do that too. Luka Doncic. Maybe you have Kermit Washington and you want to run him. Anybody. The options are endless. Any of the good cards. And if you're somebody who's a lot of MT, the best one would be, Ben Simmons. But even a Kyle Kuzma, something like that would be a really good, really fun card. And then I always recommend that you have a power forward or center that is going to be able to guard all of the cheesy ones really, really well. That could be a David Robinson for you, but for me, it is Jaren Jackson Jr. I prefer this Jaren Jackson Jr. over David Robinson. Call me crazy, but this Jaren Jackson Jr. is insane. He's super nice, and you're going to be going up against, the Warped Reality Shaq, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Glitched Wilt, things like that. You need to have a good center. So that's my kind of recommendation. Run somebody good through the 1 through 3 that you can throw on those cheesier guards people are going to be running to play the defense on them and still be able to score in bunches themselves, and then run a center that's going to be able to guard that pick and roll and those cheesier centers people are going to be running as well. And once you do that, you'll be good, and then just fill in all of the blanks with these good rubies that I recommended. So hopefully you guys can go ahead and get a lot of W's throughout here. Like I said, it was actually a really fun weekend. I was able to get my ring in like 6 games. Let me know how many games it took you guys down in the comment section below. Like if you guys did enjoy it or you found this, I guess, limited guide helpful at all. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll see y'all in the next one.